you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz show that puts obscure knowledge to the test. Let's meet today's players. First off, we welcome back Daly and Phil. You were on the show last time. Everyone, of course, gets 2 chances to reach the Pointless final. This is your second chance. Remind us, Daly, how do you two know each other?
We are brothers.
You are brothers.
Yeah.
Phil, what happened last time?
We got to the head-to-head and we lost.
You did really well till the head-to-head.
We did OK, then I think
Lost.
the nerves got the better of us.
What do you hope is going to come up today, Daly?
I'd like to say sport. That's, you know, that's a comfort zone for us.
Anything you particularly wouldn't like to see come up today, Phil?
Yeah, not too brilliant on politics, really, things like that, but the stuff that I should know, I don't, and the stuff that I shouldn't, I do.
Well, you did very well last time.
Thank you.
I have every hope you will do just as well, maybe even better today. Very, very best of luck. Great to have you back. And next, we welcome back Naomi and Philip. You're also on the show last time. Naomi, remind us how you know each other.
We're friends.
So then, what happened last time, Naomi? Talk us through it.
Oh, it was a bit of a disaster in the maritime history.
And Philip, you gave us Henry VIII's ship was the Jolly Roger.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all behind us. Philip, what would be your dream category today?
Quite good on airlines, just from looking at the tail fins.
Have you always been fascinated by that?
I'm quite fascinated with the jet age, like the early era of the air stewardess, and I run a Facebook group that's some of the members are ex-Pan Am stewardesses, and they send me things through the mail.
I bet they do.
That is a Facebook group I want to get involved in.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that's quite niche.
Yeah.
All right. Well, very, very best of luck to you, Naomi and Philip. And next, we welcome Kat and Claire. Now, how do you two know each other?
We're colleagues. We work in the same place.
Where do you work, Kat?
We work in central London in citizenship education.
What does that involve, Claire?
I'm outreach, so I actually travel all around the UK and I mainly train teachers in how to teach about politics.
Do you get the impression, Richard, these two are spies? just
Spies?
Yeah, spies.
Yeah, they're certainly not what they say they are.
He is a spy.
No, I'm not a spy. Do you remember I told you? I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I worked for MFI briefly.
Oh, so you did? Yeah. Kat?
Yes.
What would you like to see come up today?
I wouldn't mind a bit of science. I used to work at the Science Museum, so
Yeah.
my science knowledge is OK. Or food and drink. I'm quite interested in restaurants and eating out.
Anyway, Kat, Claire, very warm welcome to Pointless. It's lovely to have you here. And finally, we've got Andy and Gordon. Now, how do you two know each other?
We've been mates for best part of about 11 years.
So how did you meet, Gordon?
I'm a pub quiz master and have been for quite a few years, and so Andy was one of my quizzes and we just became mates through that. And
Of all the many, many subjects you know all about, Gordon, because we quizmasters know everything.
Oh, yes.
What do you hope is going to come up?
some sport, football, and as far as Andy's concerned, I should imagine literature and books would be a good one for Andy, wouldn't it?
What's your vintage of literature, Andy?
My vintage of literature?
Yeah, what genre?
Modern literature, I think. I mean, I work in a library on the Isle of Wight.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, worked in libraries all my career, in fact.
Oh,
so
really?
I should know a bit about books.
OK, well, we'll keep it down. We'll keep it down. Gordon, what do you do?
I'm a prison officer.
On the Isle of Wight?
On the Isle of Wight, yes.
At the famous prison on the Isle of Wight?
The famous prison, yes.
Anyway, it's lovely to have you on the show, Andy and Gordon. Very, very best of luck to the pair of you. We'll find out more about all of you as we go along. There's only one person left for me to introduce. He's been choppered in. His bodyguards are in position. Yes, they are. It's my pointless friend. It's Richard.
Oh, yeah. Hello. Hello. Afternoon, Xander.
Top of the afternoon.
It's great to have a spy on this. Well, it's great to have 2 spies on the show, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
It's really cool. Perhaps they're here because one of the other contestants is a suspect. Do you know who I think the enemy operative is?
I know exactly who it is.
I think it's Andy. I don't think he works in a library. I think he works in a hollowed-out volcano is where I think he works. With his mate who works in a prison.
Thanks very much, Richard. Now, all our questions on Pointless have been put to 100 people before the show. In order to get to the final round and be in with a chance of winning our jackpot, our contestants must find the obscure answers those 100 people didn't get. So the fewer of the 100 people who knew the answer, the fewer points they'll score. Now, what everyone's trying to do, of course, is to find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we will add 250 quid to the jackpot. Nobody won the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at an impressive £4,250. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Now, in this first round, each of you must give me one answer, and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever pair has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated. So take care that that's not you. OK, our first category today is famous people. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. And our question concerns famous Hues. Famous Hues. Richard.
On each pass, we're going to show you 7 descriptions of famous people who are known by the name Hugh. Give us the nice obscure answer, you'll score fewer points. Give us an incorrect answer, though, you're going to score 100 points. There'll be 14 in all to guess in this round. So famous Hues. It's a who's who of huge Hues.
Right now, Daly and Phil, you all drew lots before the show, and today you are going first. So here are our famous Hues. Here they are. We have got the British actor who plays Dr. Gregory House, the King of France, 987 to 96, the founder of Playboy magazine, the former lead singer with the Stranglers, comedy partner of Steve Punt, the Scottish referee at the 1998 and 2002 World Cup finals, and the leader of the UK Labour Party, 1955 to 63. I'll read those all one last time. Here we go. The British actor who plays Dr. Gregory House, the King of France, 987 to 96, the founder of Playboy magazine, the former lead singer with the Stranglers, the comedy partner of Steve Punt, the Scottish referee at the 1998 and 2002 World Cup finals, and the leader of the UK Labour Party from 1955 to 63. There we are. 7 Hues.
I know 3 of them.
You know 3?
Yeah. And I'm going to go with Steve Punt, the partner being Hugh Dennis.
Hugh Dennis, the partner, the comedy partner of Steve Punt. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people knew that answer. Hugh Dennis. Absolutely right. 30. I think that's a pretty reasonable score. Richard.
Well done, Daly. Now, most famously, the put-upon father in Outnumbered. His real name is Pete Dennis.
So it is. OK, now then, Philip, how's about these Hues?
I know 2 of them. I think I'm going to go with my risky one, and that is, if you're not really familiar with that type of magazine, then you're not really going to know who he is. So I'm going to go for founder of Playboy magazine is Hugh... Oh, God, I forgot his name. I can see him in his little red lounge coat with all these bunnies at the airport.
I tell you paint a very evocative picture there, Phil.
I can't think, damn. Got it. Quick, go. Before I forget it again. Go.
Philip. Go. OK, go. I will. Good. What are you going to go for, Philip?
Founder of Playboy magazine, Hugh Hefner.
Hugh Hefner. Let's see if it's right. Hugh Hefner. How many people knew that answer? Absolutely right, Philip. Oh, wow. 85. But a feat of recall there, yes. I have to say, Philip. Very well done. 85. Richard.
It turns out pretty much everybody is familiar with that sort of magazine. Not just people who get stewardesses to send them things through the post.
Now then, Kat. So remember, we're looking for the famous Hues described on the board.
Well, there's only one that I definitely know. It's the leader of the UK Labour Party. And I think it's Hugh Gateskill.
Hugh Gateskill, says Kat. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people knew. Hugh Gateskill was the answer. Absolutely right. 16, Kat. 16 for Hugh Gateskill. Richard.
Well played, Kat. He was Labour leader 10 years after entering Parliament, Hugh Gateskill. Never became Prime Minister, though.
Thank you, Richard. Now then, Andy, you're the last person to have this board. I think you might be able to tidy up for us.
I wish. I'm guessing the King of France is Hugh the something, but I'm not going for that one. British actor might be Hugh Laurie, but I'm going to go for the lead singer of the Stranglers, as punk was pretty much my favourite sort of music, Hugh Cornwall.
Hugh Cornwall. Very good. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. Hugh Cornwall. Absolutely right. Wow, 12. Punk has served you well, Andy. The lowest score of the past. Very well done. 12 for Hugh Cornwall.
I knew Andy would go for that. Andy and Gordon have got the look, haven't they, of former punks, and once a punk, always a punk. They had 22 top 40 hits, the Stranglers, never had a #1.
Really? I thought Golden Brown got
Golden Brown was #2.
#2.
Kept off #1 by a town called Malice by the Jam.
Oh, well, there we go.
Let's fill in the rest of the board. The British actor who plays Dr. Gregory House, and you're right, Andy, it is Hugh Laurie, but would have scored 60 points. So it's a big answer. The Scottish referee, 1998-2002, he's got the same name as an American soap opera.
Hugh Roseanne. No, that was Coventry.
Hugh Dallas.
Hugh Dallas.
Hugh Dallas, 2 points. Well done if you said that. And there's a pointless answer up there. The King of France from 987 to 996. It's Hugh Capet.
OK, thank you very much, Richard. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores. Andy and Gordon looking fantastically strong there on 12. Lovely, lovely low score. Then up to 16, where we find Kat and Claire. Then up to 30, where Daly and Phil are to be found. Then, whoa, up to 85, Philip, I'm sorry to say. Great answer, eventually, with Hugh Hefner. Yes, so Naomi, the pressure is all on you to find a brilliant low-scoring Hugh, and I think if anyone can do it, you can. We're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? So remember, we're looking for the famous Hughs described by these clues. And here they come. We have got the lead actor in 4 Weddings and a Funeral, the pseudonym of Scots poet Christopher Murray Grieve, the River Cottage celebrity chef and food writer, plays the Earl of Grantham in Downton Abbey, burnt at the stake with Nicholas Ridley in 1555, the South African jazz trumpeter, born 1939, plays Wolverine in the X-Men films. I'll read those all one last time, and here they are. Lead actor in 4 Weddings and a Funeral, pseudonym of Scots poet Christopher Murray Grieve, the River Cottage celebrity chef and food writer, plays the Earl of Grantham in Downton Abbey, burnt at the stake with Nicholas Ridley in 1555, South African jazz trumpeter, born 1939, and plays Wolverine in the X-Men films. There we are. Remember, we are looking for the surnames of these famous Hughs, and obviously, Gordon, you're trying to find the one you think the fewest of our 100 people knew. Andy did beautifully well with his Hugh Cornwall in the first pass, scoring you a lovely low 12 against our high scorers of Naomi and Philip on 85, which means a score of 72 or less keeps you in the game.
Gonna have to go safe and take lead actor in 4 Weddings and a Funeral being Hugh Grant.
OK, Hugh Grant says, Gordon, there is your red line, below which you are through to the next round for sure. Let's see if Hugh Grant's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Yep. And you are through. Oh, just. Needed 72, got 70. Takes your total up to 82. Very, very well done. Richard.
Yep, Hugh Grant, actor, campaigner, Fulham fan. Big score, but sees you safely through to the next round.
Claire.
Right, I know 3. I think I'm going to go for Wolverine, plays Wolverine in the films, and hoping that people don't know his surname. It's Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman, says Claire. You're on 16. The high scorers on 85 are still Naomi and Philip. So if you can score 68 or less, you are through to the next round. So let's see if Hugh Jackman's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. You're through. 29. Another great score. 29 takes your total up to 45. Richard.
Well played, Claire. Before making it as an actor, he used to dress up as Cooey the koala in an Australian wildlife park. Nice, isn't it?
He must look back fondly on those days.
He must do.
Naomi, you are the high scorers on 85. Your job here is to score as low as you possibly can and hope that is enough to keep you in the round. So remember, we're looking for these famous Hughs.
OK, I'm going to go for River Cottage celebrity chef and food writer, Hugh Fernley Whittingstall.
No red line for you, Naomi, as you are the high scorers. Let's see, though, if that is right, and let's hope it goes down as far as it possibly can. Fingers crossed. Hugh Fearnley-Whittingstall, is it right? How many people said it? Yep, it's right. 43. 43 takes your total up to 128. Richard.
Giving yourself a chance there, Naomi. Well done. Hugh Fearnley-Whittingstall famously cooked and served up placenta to 20 relatives, didn't he?
Yeah.
Still?
Oh, well. Now then, Phil, you're the last person in the entire round. You also have quite a nice safety margin. Naomi and Philip have a total of 128. They are the high scorers by a margin. If you can score 97 or less with your answer, you are through to the next round. Talk us through the board and fill in any of the hues we haven't yet identified.
I would love to be able to do that, but I don't know any, I'm afraid. I'm gonna have to take
Naomi and Philip, listen to this.
the drama. I'm going to have to take a complete guess at this one. I'm going to go for place the Earl of Grantham, in Downton Abbey. I'm going to go for Hugh Phillips.
OK, Hugh Phillips. Hugh Phillips, says Phil. Is it right? How many people said it?
Who knew? Who knew?
Oh, no. Hugh Phillips. I'm afraid not the Earl of Grantham in Downton Abbey. I'm afraid that scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 130.
Sorry, Phil, so that's a tough way to go out.
Oh.
It's actually Hugh Bonneville.
Oh, I have.
Yeah. That would have scored you 11 points, would have seen you safely through. Burnt at the stake with Nicholas Ridley, Hugh Latimer. Scored you 2 points. The South African jazz trumpeter. Played with Paul Simon on Graceland, as well as many other things. Outspoken critic of apartheid, Hugh Masekela.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. Would have scored 1 point. And the other one is a pointless answer. Pseudonym of the Scots poet Christopher Murray Grieve. It's Hugh McDiarmid.
Hugh McDiarmid.
Pointless. Would have added some money to the jackpot. Very well done if you got that at home.
Thank you very much, Richard. So at the end of the first round, the pair who will be leaving us, the pair with the highest score, I'm sorry to say, Phil and Daly. Did you not watch Downton at all?
I didn't know.
Listen, Phil and Daly, it's been brilliant having you on the show. I'm so sorry we have to say goodbye. Thank you so much for playing. Great contestants. Thank you. But for the remaining three pairs, it's now time for round two. And so we are down to three pairs, and at the end of this round, another pair will be leaving us so the remaining pairs can face each other in the head-to-head round. Well, Naomi and Philip, you have been very lucky. Quite a high score, but you found Hugh Hefner, eventually. Let's hope that kind of luck doesn't desert you in this round, and maybe we'll see you even into the head-to-head yet. Very, very best of luck to all three pairs. Our category for round two today is Film Awards. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many 2012 Oscar-nominated films as they could. 2012 Oscar-nominated films. Richard?
Yes, we're looking for any film nominated in any category at all in the Academy Awards ceremony held in 2012. Please, very, very best of luck.
Thanks very much. Now then, Naomi, what is the most obscure film that was nominated for an Oscar in 2012 that you can summon up?
The only one I can think of is a really, really obvious one. So I'm just going to have to go with The Artist.
OK, The Artist, says Naomi. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said The Artist. $26. 26. Richard?
The big winner of the whole event, actually. 10 nominations, 5 wins, including Best Picture and Best Actor for Jean Dujardin. Very good indeed. Now then, Kat.
I don't know very many. The Artist was the first thing in my mind too. I'm going to go for The Help.
The Help, says Kat. How many people said The Help, if it's right? Absolutely right. Very well done indeed. 8 for The Help. Good answer, good score. Richard?
Well played, Kat. 4 nominations and 1 win. Best Supporting Actress for Octavia Spencer.
And Gordon, we come to you. So we are looking for films that were nominated for Oscars in 2012.
I think I'm going to plump for War Horse.
War Horse. Let's see if that's right, and let's see how many of our 100 said War Horse. 19. Not bad at all. 19 for Warhorse.
Good answer, Gordon. 6 nominations, including for Best Picture.
Anyway, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at those scores. Kat and Claire looking very strong indeed on just 8. Then we go up to 19, where we find Gordon and Andy. Then up a little bit, where we find Naomi and Philip on 26. No, not massive pressure on you, Philip, but you are out in front, so you're going to have to find a correspondingly low score to try and keep yourselves in the game for the head-to-head. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? So we're looking for films that were nominated for Oscars in 2012. Andy, the high scorers on 26 are Philip and Naomi. You're on 19, so a score of 6 or less sees you deftly into the head-to-head.
Yeah. What about, can't remember the title really, the Meryl Streep film about Margaret Thatcher. What was it called? Was it called Margaret? Go for that.
Here's your red line. It's quite low. Let's see if Margaret is right, and if it is, let's see if it gets you below that red line. Margaret, how many people said that? Oh, bad luck, Andy, bad luck. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. I think you'll kick yourself when you know the right answer. That scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 119. Claire, here's good news.
Well,
even if you score 100 points, you are through to the head-to-head. You won't overtake Andy and Gordon's high score of 119.
Luckily, that was my answer for that one, because it's the one that's sort of sticking in my brain, which is
Get
the
ready
Iron...
for this.
Yeah, the Iron Lady.
Is it right, the Iron Lady? How many people said it? It's right. (16) 16 takes your total up to 24. Excellent low score there. The Iron Lady.
Well done, Claire. Won Best Actress of Meryl Streep and Best Makeup as well.
Now then, Philip, you've been chucked the most almighty lifeline by Andy there. They are the high scorers, Andy and Gordon on 119. You're on 26. A score of 92 or less sees you through to the next round. Do you think you know an answer?
I've got one. I vividly remember Colin Firth speaking to the actress directly in the audience about something, and I'm going to go for Marilyn and Me.
OK, there is your red line, lovely and high. If Marilyn and Me is correct and goes down below that red line, you are through to the head-to-head. Very best of luck. Let's see. Marilyn and Me, is it right? How many people said it? Bad luck, Philip, bad luck. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. So that means you also score the maximum of 100 points. That takes your total up to 126. Andy and Gordon, phew. Philip, commiserations. Richard.
Sorry, Philip, your memory almost right. Colin Firth was talking to Michelle Williams, who's in the film, but it's My Week with Marilyn. Yeah, My Week with Marilyn would have scored 1 point as well. Would have been a great answer. Our 100 could name very few of those Oscar-nominated films. Some of the very big films, like Descendants, would have only scored you 6. Girl with a Dragon Tattoo, 3. Moneyball, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, they both scored 2. So very, very low scores. Let's take a look at some of the pointless ones as well. Plenty of them. Albert Nobbs, Glenn Close nominated for Best Actress, Janet McTeer for Best Supporting Actress. Drive.
One of my favourite films of the last 10 years.
Amazing film. It's only nominated for sound editing.
Unbelievable.
Midnight in Paris was
Woody
also
Allen.
pointless, which is nominated for Best Picture, nominated for Best Director for Woody Allen. Puss in Boots, which was nominated for Best Animated Film. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. The Ides of March, George Clooney nominated for his part in that screenplay. The Muppets, which is nominated for Best Song, Brett McKenzie from Flight of the Conchords. The Tree of Life, also nominated for Best Film. And the Madonna
W.E.
film,
That's
W.E.
a great film.
Nominated for Best Costume. So an awful lot of pointless answers there. And we've already heard all 3 of the top answers, actually, the worst answers you could have given. The Iron Lady, actually the 3rd most popular answer of all, 16. Claire said that. Warhorse, Gordon said, which scored 19. And right at the top was The Artist, which Naomi gave us 26.
Well, thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm afraid it's the end of the road, Philip and Naomi. You've had some great swings and roundabouts, haven't you, on this show? Yeah. Anyway, Philip and Naomi, it's been lovely having you on the show. Thank you both so much for playing. Thanks.
Thank you.
But for the remaining 2 pairs, things are about to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. Well, congratulations, Kat and Claire, Andy and Gordon. You are now only one round away from the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £4,250. So you're now going to go head-to-head, and the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. The great news is you are now allowed to confer, so you can play as a team. Very, very best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question, and it concerns Time magazine's Person of the Year. Richard.
We're going to show you 5 pictures of people who've been named Time magazine's Person of the Year, a feature they've been running since 1927. Can you name the most obscure of these, please?
OK, thanks very much, Richard. Let's reveal our Time magazine Person of the Year, and here they are. We have got A, B, C, D, and E. OK, there we are. 5 People of the Year from Time magazine. Now then, Kat and Claire, because you've played best throughout the show so far, you get to go first.
OK. OK, we're going to go for A, Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg, you were saying, is A. Mark Zuckerberg, A. Andy and Gordon, you can talk us through the board.
OK, well, we're both pretty confident we know B and E.
I think B's Gorbachev and E looks a bit like Stalin.
Should we go for Stalin?
I think we'll go for him, yeah. We'll go for E, Stalin.
E. Stalin. So we have Mark Zuckerberg and we have Stalin. Kat and Claire, you've said that A is Mark Zuckerberg. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that. It's right. 22. Not bad. Not bad. Andy and Gordon, you are saying that E is Stalin. E. Stalin. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that. Absolutely right. 43. Mark Zuckerberg wins it for Kat and Claire, which means after one question, you are up 1-0. Richard.
Yes, Stalin, almost twice as well known as Mark Zuckerberg. I think it's quite surprising. He won it twice, Stalin, 1939 and 1942. Mark Zuckerberg, good answer, won it in 2010, Mr. Facebook. The others, guys, you were quite right about B, that is Mikhail Gorbachev. Would have scored you 30 points, though, and the other 2 answers are the ones that would have won you the point. C is, do you know C?
I know his face.
It's Ted Turner, the American businessman, would have scored 5 points. He used to be married to Jane Fonda. And D, for 6 points, is Haile Selassie.
He looked like Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah. Ruled Ethiopia for 45 years, won Man of the Year in 1935.
Wow. Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Here is your second question, and it concerns Buckingham Palace. Richard.
For this question, we're going to show you 5 clues to facts about Buckingham Palace. Going to give us the most obscure answer.
OK, thanks very much. Andy and Gordon, you have to win this question to stay in the game. Let's reveal our 5 facts about Buckingham Palace. Here they are. The flag which flies if the monarch is in residence. The architect engaged to modify the palace in 1826. The road connecting it to Trafalgar Square. The guitarist who played on the roof in 2002. And the first monarch to use it as the official residence. I'll read those one last time. The flag which flies if the monarch is in residence, the architect engaged to modify the palace in 1826, the road connecting it to Trafalgar Square, the guitarist who played on the roof in 2002, the first monarch to use it as an official residence. There we are, 5 clues to facts about Buckingham Palace. Andy and Gordon, you go first.
I think we're going to go for the flag, which is hopefully the Royal Standard.
The Royal Standard, say Andy and Gordon, for the flag which flies over Buckingham Palace when the monarch's in residence. Kat and Claire, you can talk us through the rest of the board if you like.
That was the one we were going to go for. We know the road connecting it to Trafalgar Square is the Mall, and then the guitarist who played was Brian May, and we can't remember if the first monarch was Queen Victoria
Which we go for?
Should we go for the Mall?
Yeah, the road connecting it to Trafalgar Square, the Mall.
The Mall. OK, so we have the Royal Standard and the Mall are two answers. Andy and Gordon, you have to win this question to stay in the game. Bearing which in mind, let's see, the Royal Standard, is that right? And if it is, let's see how many people said it. The Royal Standard. Absolutely right. 21. 21 for the Royal Standard. Kat and Claire, you have said the Mall is the road which connects Buckingham Palace to Trafalgar Square. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. It's absolutely right. 21's what you have to beat. 39. 39 for the Mall. Well done, Andy and Gordon. You're back in the game. After 2 questions, it's 1-1. Richard.
Well played, Andy and Gordon. Kat, if you had taken a risk on the first monarch, what would you have gone for?
Victoria.
I think we're Victoria.
You'd be in the final. This is Victoria. Would have scored you 15 points. The guitarist who played on the roof, you're quite right, was Brian May, but that would have scored you way too many. 42 points, biggest answer there. And the best answer on the board is the architect engaged to modify the palace. It was John Nash. Nearly doubled it in size. 2 points.
Now then, here comes our third and final question, the decider. Whoever wins this question goes through to the final and plays for that impressive jackpot. Here it comes. It concerns parts of the eye. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 5 common terms for parts of the human eye, but we've left out alternate letters. Can you identify them, please, and pick the most obscure? Good luck, both teams.
OK, let's reveal our 5 parts of the eye with missing alternate letters. And we have got C blank N blank U blank C blank I blank A, C blank R blank E blank, P blank P blank L, C blank L blank A blank Y, blank U blank C blank E, I blank I blank. I'll read those again without the blanks. CNUCIA, CRE, PPL, CLAY, UCE, and II. Kat and Claire, you get to go first.
OK, I think we're going to go for cornea, the second one down.
OK, you're going to go for cornea, the second one down. Andy and Gordon, you can confer a bit longer if you need to.
We know two, of pupil and iris.
We don't seem to be able to make any sense of the top one or the second one up from the bottom, so we're going to have to go with the bottom one, and we'll say iris.
Iris for the bottom one. So we have cornea and iris. Kat and Claire have gone for cornea. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said cornea. That's right. Cornea, 58. .58 for cornea. Now then, this will decide who stays and who goes. Iris, you have gone for. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. It's right. Will it beat Roy? There we are. 81. .81, which means after 3 questions, Kat and Claire, you are through to the final 2-1. Very well done indeed.
Yeah, unlucky, gents, as you worked out that there's 2 killer answers there. Pupil isn't one of them. Pupil would have scored you 92. Well, now the second one from the bottom, it's a muscle. That's the second word. It's the ciliary muscle. Would have scored 3. That's a tough one. The top one, you might have worked out. One of the more common eye complaints is conjunctivitis, and that's an inflammation of the conjunctiva. And that would have scored 4 points. Very well done if you got all of those at home.
So, thanks very much, Richard. The losing pair at the end of the head-to-head, I'm afraid, Andy and Gordon. They were really hard, those ones. Conjunctiva.
Just couldn't see it.
I know, I could, yeah. La, la. Yeah, conjunctiva. I didn't see that one either. And as for the ciliary muscle, well, we've all learnt something.
One of the muscles that helps shape the lens, helps give shape to the lens.
And now, look, there's good news, Andy and Gordon. There is good news. You have to remember this. We get to see you again next time. We'll have to look forward to that and say goodbye to you now. But thanks, meanwhile, for playing. You've been brilliant. Great, great contestants. But for Kat and Claire, it's now time for our pointless final. Well, congratulations, Kat and Claire. You've just seen off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £4,250. Well, you've made that look very, very easy. Were you confident you might make it this far?
No, not at all. I think if sport and things had come up, we'd have been...
Yeah, we were lucky, I think, with the questions.
Well, listen, the rules are very simple. To win that money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. We haven't had any pointless answers on the show today. You only have to find one now, and you will go home with the money. Firstly, you've got to choose a category, and you can choose from these 5 options. They are Katie Price, statistics, literary detectives, sports stars, science. It's Katie Price, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be Katie Price.
Yes. Statistics seems weird. What can that be?
It could be anything.
Do you think literary detectives?
I think literary detectives.
Okay, yeah, we'll go for that.
Literary detectives?
Yeah.
OK, well, very best of luck. Let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Sherlock Holmes stories as they could. Sherlock Holmes stories. Richard?
Yeah, we're looking for the title of any Sherlock Holmes short story or novel written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. We're not looking for the names of collections of stories, just any short story or novel written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Very best of luck.
OK, you now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that £4,250 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
Yeah.
OK, we'll put 60 seconds on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Right, I think it's the letter in Scarlet. There's a sign of 4. Also, there's like the Hound of Baskervilles, which is a really obvious one. I'm trying to think.
I don't know any.
Oh, you not? Oh no. I read them when I know. I read them when I was quite young, and like it's something
So
I just
the
think
letter in
the letter in
Scarlet,
Scarlet I think would be one to go for.
What was the
I'm trying to
second one?
think. Sign of 4.
The Sign of 4.
The Sign
The
of
Hound
4.
of the Baskervilles.
It's a really
Any
obvious one.
other?
I'm just trying to think if there's any other ones that have been on. I'm trying to think of ones that they've done recently. Oh, curses! You know, I'm trying to think.
Well, that's 3.
That is 3. You're not seeing. Did you watch it on television?
Yeah,
at
but
all?
I can't remember anything.
The
about
titles
it.
of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Should we
what
go for
about the?
No, go on.
No.
I've got 13 seconds. Get it out.
No, I don't
10
think
seconds
I
left.
I think that's the. I can't think
Yeah?
of the others. They're the 3 that
Okay.
came to mind.
Well, those are our 3
Yeah.
then.
OK, you've got your 3. We
Yeah,
can
we've
stop
got
the
our
clock
3.
with a little bit of time to spare. There we are. OK, we were looking for Sherlock Holmes stories. I now need your 3 answers. What are you going to give me?
A letter in Scarlet.
A letter in Scarlet.
Hound of the Baskervilles.
Hound of the Baskervilles.
And what did I say? The Sign of 4.
The Sign of 4.
And
The Sign of 4.
The Sign of 4. OK, there are your 3 answers. Of those 3, which one do you want to put last? Your most likely shot at a pointless.
I think that's a letter in Scarlet. I wonder
A
if
letter in Scarlet,
yeah,
we'll put
that-
3rd.
Yeah.
And your least likely?
Hound of the Baskervilles. That's going to be
OK, we'll
everyone
put
knows
that
that.
first. OK, well, let's put those up on the board in that order, and here they are. We have got Hound of the Baskervilles, The Sign of 4, and A Letter in Scarlet. So, we were looking for Sherlock Holmes stories. Your first answer, the one you thought was least likely to be pointless, was The Hound of the Baskervilles. You only have to find one pointless answer, remember, to win that £4,250. Kat, what would you do with 4,250 quid?
Well, I'd probably have to give Claire half.
I don't think she...
No?
No, if you don't tell her about it.
Okay. Well, I'm in the process of buying a house, so it'll probably get swallowed up in all of that.
Very handy. Claire?
Well, we've got relatives out in Australia. My husband's brother, who we've not met one of the nephews yet, so we might fly out there. Or alternatively, I'd like to buy my bass guitar for my husband because he hasn't got one at the moment.
Very good indeed. OK, well, let's see. Hound of the Baskervilles. Is it right? And if it is, how many of our 100 people said Hound of the Baskervilles? Well, I think we knew it was right. No great surprise there. Let's just see where it stops. Oh, right, well, there we are. Yeah. 55. So unfortunately, not a pointless answer. So you only have 2 more chances to win today's jackpot. 55 out of the Baskervilles. We're looking for Sherlock Holmes stories. Let's hope nobody said your next answer, the sign of 4. This has to be right, and it has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot. Let's see. Sign of 4. How many people said it? Well, it's right. The Hound of the Baskervilles stopped now on 55. Sign of 4 still going down. If it continues to go down all the way to 0, you leave here with... Oh! Another answer that wasn't pointless, but only 6 people knew the sign of 4.
And that's quite a famous one, I think. So.
And do you think a letter in scarlet?
I don't know, just...
It was the first one you said,
Yeah,
actually.
I hope it's right.
OK, so we were looking for Sherlock Holmes stories. Your third and final answer was a letter in scarlet. Well, it has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot of £4,250. A letter in scarlet. Let's see if it's right. How many people said it? Oh, no! Oh, no!
I've made it up.
It sounded incredibly plausible.
I've made it up.
Wow! You should go and write some stories.
Yeah.
It sounds brilliant.
Yeah,
Well,
you should have written
unfortunately, you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer. So I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot of £4,250, which rolls over onto the next show. But you've been brilliant contestants, and you do, of course, get to take home our fabulous pointless trophy. So very well done.
Yeah, sorry, it's his very first novel, and it was A Study in Scarlet. A Study in Scarlet, the very first novel. That would have scored you 9 points, so it wouldn't have been a pointless answer. All the pointless answers are short stories. Let's take a look at some of them now. The Adventure of Abbey Grange, a 1904 short story. The Adventures of the Creeping Man, The Adventure of the Devil's Foot. The Adventure of the Empty House. It's the first short story after he returns from his supposed death at the Reichenbach Falls. A very early short story. The Adventure of the Engineer's Thumb. The Adventure of the Red Circle. The Adventure of the Second Stain. The Adventure of the Sussex Vampire. Conan Doyle retired to Sussex, as did Sherlock Holmes, to become a beekeeper. And The Adventure of the Veiled Lodger. Very well done if you got any of those at home.
Thanks very much, Richard. Well, unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to you, Kat and Claire, but it's been great having you on the show. Thank you both so much for playing. Brilliant contestants. Well, nobody's won our jackpot today, so it rolls over, which means on the next show we will be playing for £5,250. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.